Peace, guys. I hope you all are doing well today. We're going to get some messages from the Most High and my entire spiritual team. Let's find out what we're needing to know at this time. Let's get to it. All right. So, before I get started, I had a dream that I don't know, someone was in the kitchen cooking. It was a big old pot with, I think they were cooking like seafood or something. I don't know, but it was a big silver pot on the stove, like two of them. And they was cooking. I don't know what that's about, but let's get some messages. Let's find out what this dream was about. That's all I could remember. We got the 5 of coins. Someone's in a very difficult situation. Someone's feeling burdened right now. And with the King of Pentacles in the reverse, it's someone who's like really acting in a very impulsive way. King of Pentacles in the reverse, so it's someone who's could be selfish, but with the cards lined up with it, it's like someone kind of losing control of themselves. With the 9 of Wands, they could be in a very negative or forceful type of energy right now. They could be mad. Something's not going their way. This is a person who could be in a relationship with someone, or whatever this is. They're not they're wanting to be alone. With the Hermit card, the Sun card, no, the Star card. We got the Star card, 7 of coins. So what I'm seeing here is someone knows that something's come to an end, and it's because either there was an Aquarius or someone who's like healed from something. Maybe you departed. Maybe, with the Hermit and the Star card, it's showing me that you did like a lot of inner reflecting. You've done a lot of healing. And with the 4 of Wands in the back is judgment being called on a relationship, possibly. There could be changes happening in a relationship, or just changes with you. All right, so let's keep going. So yeah, I'm just seeing like something's come to an end, and it could even be like a bisexual relationship, maybe, is what I'm getting here. Maybe there's 2 earth signs dealing with each other, or it could be like a third party situation. Whatever's happening, I'm seeing something come to an end. So with the Page of Cups, the Sun card, the 3 of Wands, is someone finding fulfillment when it comes to their life. Okay, so maybe someone's wanting to reach out to you, but with the Tower card and the 5 of Swords, this is a person who changes their energy up and down. Like, one minute a person likes you, child, the next minute they feeling a way about you. With the 5 of Swords is someone who's angry at a relationship, angry about what you said. This is a person who could be lying about things that you said, things that you've been teaching. Maybe this is someone who could be like lying a lot when it comes to about you, or there could be someone who's of high status who could be lying about you. There's a lie going on, and someone's angry about this. Clarify the 7 of Swords. Yeah, so there could be arguing. People are arguing about a lie. Someone's trying to work hard at a lie. But with the 2 of Pentacles and the 7 of Cups, it's like someone's trying to juggle something that's already like set in stone or something like that. So yeah, someone's trying to keep up with a lie, but the lie they're trying to keep up with, like they're trying to, so it could be someone who's like of high status. This could be a teacher trying to control something. But with the Empress and the Queen of Swords, You could be someone who's putting your foot down, okay? So I'm also seeing here that there could be an emperor who is wanting to connect with you. This is yeah, someone's wanting to connect with you. And there could be someone who's jealous about this, a fire sign man who could be jealous about this. So yeah, there could be a lot of talk about you where whatever was a lie, I feel like someone's getting in trouble for a lie. There's a lie that someone's getting in trouble for or something like that. Something's being revealed and someone's trying to juggle a lie, but they don't know how to juggle the lie or something like that. And so what they're finding out is like whatever they're watching, something come out to be like not true. So someone could be real hurt about what they understand. Okay? So with the high priestess, someone's gained knowledge of you, who you are, what you represent. Yes, who you are, what you represent. Okay, someone's gotten clarity, and someone could be very angry at a particular person. They like real mad. Okay, so with that, what's going on? So yeah, let's see. Yeah, someone's gotten clarity. So yeah, with the Three of Wands, there could be someone who's wanting to reach out to you. Secretly, this is being planned. Like someone secretly wants to. Maybe someone even contacted you. They've been thinking about you a lot, okay? So you've been on someone's mind. This could be a fire sign. I'm also getting like someone knows that something is over with y'all. So the issue is like this person could be feeling a way about you because maybe they have a secret that they feel like you already are aware of. And this is a person who's like real toxic. Like they got issues, deep rooted issues. And I feel like this person is trying to get to you, trying to figure out how to come towards you. And there could be another person who is also seeing you as someone they could be with, a potential mate or something like that. I'm seeing here there's a cycle that's closed out with this maybe the Aries man. So what else? Yeah, and this person is trying to like heal. Like I feel like you're protecting yourself from this person. So this person could be upset because you have like your angels definitely around you at this time. Like you're highly protected, especially when it comes to this person. Yeah, so there's like someone wanting to communicate with you. And with the Ace of Pentacles, this could be someone wanting to give you an opportunity. You know, this is going to be presented by maybe an air sign woman. Yeah, someone likes you. Someone wants to connect with you. Someone likes your style. And I feel like this is a person trying to plan on how to reach out, how to come towards you. Yeah. So this is a person who's possibly manifesting this. And it could be a few people trying to manifest this, okay? And this could also be arranged. Let's see. So we got the Seven of Swords here. Someone's going to be lying about their like mental health or something like that. Or yeah, someone's going to try to like pretend to be someone who like has it all together, but deep down they got some deep rooted issues when it comes to toxicity and how they move in their life. Like, you know, this is a person who's going through towers because they act as if everything is fine, but deep down, like, this is someone who's going through a lot of issues when it comes to trust. Like, this person is first off, they're very like why is the devil here? What's this devil here for, ancestors? So this is someone who knows about your about what's about to be like changing for you in your life, okay? So this could be a person who's going to be coming around and pretend as if they're your friend or something like that. But with the Two of Swords, I feel like you're going to be blocking this person off. This person has ill intentions for you. And yeah, with the Devil card, this person harbors a lot of like negativity. They're trying to balance it. I don't think they mean to be that way, but it's someone who doesn't check they don't check their spirit at the door. Like someone like continues in a very toxic type of energy that they've never checked. You know, this is something that they're not willing to check. They just try to balance themselves throughout it, and it don't get them nowhere. It's always coming to like a hope or something where, you know, people, you know, maybe even walk away from them. They could even be the type of person, like, I'm getting the energy of someone who could just walk by and make others sick. You know, and I'm not trying to be mean, but this is someone who could like if you remember like Scarface in the movie The Lion King, and how when Simba was king, or his father was king, the land was so beautiful. It was like bright sunny skies, the grass was green, you know, food was there to eat. And when the father passed away and Scarface became king, he, you know, people were scrounging for food. People were they were like, it was just real bad. It was just real bad. The land was dark. You know, it leaves you in a, you know, I feel like someone's satisfied, and they're not really satisfied in this type of energy, but someone's going through something mentally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, even though like everything you touch, so let's just say everything you touch turns to gold. Have you ever heard someone's like, I remember saying this to somebody, every time I leave you, I feel worse than I came. This is how this person leaves people unknowingly. Like, I don't feel they mean to do this. I feel like they just have an issue with healing, or they have like an inner, like this is an inner demon that is disastrous, you know? So this is a person that wants to come around you and connect with you. But this person is hard to deal with. I don't know, like, if you've ever dealt with people who are like hard to deal with. This is someone who's wanting to connect with you, okay? So, with that said, you got like a lot going on for yourself when it comes to your happiness and your peace. Like, maybe you may not like feel as if your life is as abundant as you may want it to be, but people recognize when you're in some sort of energy that they want, or you may have a life filled with peace. Maybe you may not have all the money or glitz or glamour or whatever, but people, they feed off of that type of energy. So you could be, let's just say you in the kitchen talking to your mom, you got your sister there, everybody's chilling, y'all cool. You know, this is how life is for you. Like, you find peace within your family. Like, you know, you chilling with your mom, like your immediate family. These are people that you never really have issues with. Like, things are going well, but you meet one friend who, for some reason, you have like, let's just say you have like, and this is channeled for real though. I don't know where it's coming from. God giving it to me. So like, you have, something within your spirit that you may have not checked within yourself, right? But you ain't all that type of bad. But you connect to this one person who has inner issues, a lot of trauma that they've never healed from. And you may have one of the traumas that they have. This is how you guys kind of align y'all spirit together. I was watching a movie one day, and I can't remember what the movie was called. It was on Tubi, But anyway, there was a girl who was a stripper, and the lady, she was also like addicted to like she was addicted to drugs or something like that. I can't remember too much, but all I know is she was in a grocery store and some girl just popped up and start talking to her and was like, hey, didn't you go to such and such school? And they end up becoming friends or whatever. And so when they became friends, one of the girls was like, I don't want to drink no more. Yeah, that's what she was addicted to, alcohol. So she was like, I don't want to drink no more. Like, I want to change my life for the better. And, they became cool. They were like this. And they were robbing men and stuff like that, making money. She done bought her a nice car from it and stuff like that. But anyway, she was like, I want to get out of this game or whatever. I want to stop drinking. She wanted to be a better mother. She just wanted to do better for herself. However, the other female was like, this is my life. This is what I do. And even wanting to get to know the girl a little more, the craziest thing is the girl would not give her any insight or input about her life or, who she was really. She only know like the stripper type of life. That's what she did. She was a stripper. And again, no offense to anybody who's a stripper. Like, listen, I have no issue. As a matter of fact, I sure wish I could get up on that thing and do all the amazing things that happen women can do. Shoot, I can't even pick my own self off the damn floor when it comes to the pole or whatever. So no, this is no offense to anybody, okay? So relax, okay? Just relax. Everyone has their own hobby and what they're into. No judgment, be you. If that's your authentic self, do you, baby. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm just telling you about the movie, okay? So anyway, back to the lecture at hand. So with that said, the girl, she ended up bringing the other girl down. So the girl started drinking more. Like, she stopped drinking, but then she started drinking more because the girl would offer her drinks and stuff like that. And it just seemed like she started going downhill. This is what that is. So this is someone who is attaching to maybe a trauma that you may have. This is a person who's wanting to come around. This woman could be walking around dead, okay? And we have a lot of soulless beings out here who walk around dead and don't even know that they're dead. These are people who are unwilling to do the work to heal. This is someone who's planning or plotting to like come towards you, but there will be justice. Like, you're divinely protected. This is what's being manifested at this time. And so I'm going to tell you, like, anytime you get people in your energy like that, you always be the light to their darkness. Because this is a person who's struggling right now, struggling within, and they do need a pick me up. They do need a pick me up because someone has been moving in this difficult type of energy for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's like they got really, like, I'm seeing even a death angel on them. It's hard. This could be a young girl as well. Whatever going on with this girl is like, it's a lot of negativity. And as much as, I feel like this is a person who's wanting to heal, because they're going to be going through a lot in the future, especially with this tower moment. Like, it's going to be changes that are happening. This person is under judgment, and they could be around people that they really don't want to be around. So this is a person who's wanting to connect with you, okay? And you're going to have to know how to, like, deal with this. This person could be even a part of a cult. They're needing your assistance. They're needing your guidance, okay? But again, this is a person who could be going through something. I'm telling you, like, someone could be feeling mental entrapment. They could be dead in the mind. So the thing is, someone is, so it says so we got the Chariot, the Justice, and the Wheel of Fortune. So because we're gonna put this in an upright, because you're like emotionally grounded, you could be coming out as the King of Cups energy, someone who's very balanced in their emotions, okay? Maybe this is a Pisces that this is happening to, or this could be anybody. I'm just seeing here that you're going to have to learn how to, I heard channel your emotions, maybe ground your emotions, because someone's caught in some sort of illusion and they could be trying to put you in that. So you're going to have to see beyond the fog that someone's trying to like paint for you. You're going to have to understand what this person is here for. You know, who sent them. Every time you, when you pray, you're going to have to ask the Most High to lead you, give you an opportunity to, lead you and ask God to guide you through connections, whoever is trying to connect to you, because these are people who are seeking some sort of help. They're needing you in some way, and they're wanting to relate or connect with you, but someone doesn't know how. So the way that they do it, someone's like been doing, like the way they move is so sneaky at times. Like someone's they're unaware of how they move. It's like someone's not genuine, and instead of someone just saying, yo, like I need help, can you help me? Or like, you know, someone's, because of like even pride or something like that. I feel like there are people who've been taught to never be humble, you know, and that's the issue. Like there are people who really feel that they should not be humble. And I want to know, like, who made that rule? Because being humble is a beautiful thing, because it allows you to be also in the present moment, not in expectation. Allowing things to happen, like you free within. Being a humble person is being genuine, is being pure, you know. And I feel like when you're not humble, you build a lot of ego, and that's what needs to be balanced. So this is a person who's afraid to ask for assistance, for guidance, and they're wanting to come around because of what you may have, where you may be at, what you may be recognized as. Like someone sees your glow or something like that. You may be doing real good, and someone could be very obsessed with that type of energy. You know, this is a person who's needing your energy. So with the 5 of Cups and the 7 of Cups is someone trying to figure out, how do I connect with you, you know? So with the 10 of Swords, see, the issue is you got to learn how to deal with this type of stuff, because someone can lead you in a 10 of Swords energy where you're feeling betrayed. This is where your boundaries have to come in. You have to recognize signs where people are just coming around to like deceive you, and it's because they know no other way, okay? They know no other way, and they have been coursed wrong by people who have been manipulating people for years to come. So this could even be someone who's a part of an occult, okay? And so what does God say? God is all about agape love, all right? So it's not, it's all about guidance, okay? It's all about agape love. It's all about purity, okay? And this is you always stepping into your power when it comes to you connecting to your power and dealing with people who may have issues with how they live their life and their routines of being manipulative and being someone of, you know, lower vibration. You know, this is you changing the way you perform with certain people, okay? So you got to recognize those signs, you know. Recognize the agendas that have been built, what has been built, okay? So when it comes to like, clarify this, ancestors. Why is the 10 of Pentacles here? Yeah, so it's kind of like someone wants to like, what is this, ancestors? This could either be family. You're about to be getting justice. Definitely justice happening, and you know, just, you know, new opportunities that are going to be a struggle for others, okay? So you're divinely guided by God, and there could be a whole occult trying to like block this for you, but you know what I'm seeing here is like God is always on top of the matter, okay? So with that said, you got a lot of people in your energy, people that are wanting to come towards you, people that are wanting to communicate with you. But I also see that there have been cycles that have completed by the Most High. Cycles have been shut down. So with that said, I feel like there is it's giving me the energy of like someone who is gathering up their army to like, okay, you go next. We're sending you now. Okay, I want you to pretend, it's the more so the energy of like, what do you actually need? Okay, like someone's needing to be truthful, like knowing what your purpose is, what are you wanting, why do you, what do you want? Because yeah, someone's definitely plotting and trying to get to you, okay, trying to get in your energy, sending someone. It could be a woman that they're sending. Whoever this is, I'm just gonna tell you that if you don't move correctly with this person, and I mean really, like, this is why it's very important to be very grounded when it comes to your energy, not letting anyone get you out of your character. Always stand in alignment with yourself. You have to know that whoever is coming towards you, that you have to pull the strings, okay? This is your life, okay? Again, we're in this energy of you need me, I don't need you, okay? I don't care how people may feel about it. I don't care how people may perceive it. Someone may feel like, oh, you think you are that. Like, okay, I am. Let's call it like we see it. Whatever they may perceive of you. Maybe someone thinks that you think you're hot and mighty and things of that nature. But with that said, it's like whatever someone sees or thinks about you, let them think that. That's their perception. Everyone has their own opinion, But with that said, you have to be very mindful when it comes to what you're allowing in your energy, who you're allowing in your energy, and you got to protect yourself. Because just like Scarface tore up the whole land, trying to take over, trying to, he basically destroyed the whole land because of ego. You know what I'm saying? Where God wants you to be is someone who's very humble. Someone who's very open to experiences. This life is about an experience, okay? So you being that, you have to recognize that you cannot control everything, but what you can do is be a govern over yourself and still bring in love through people who are not healed, people who are going through pain, people who don't know how to move in this life. All they know is deception. So with that said, you have to learn how to meet people where they are, but not in a way to where it messes up your whole environment, where someone could like just grab whatever, like, how someone grabs the cloth off the table and everything falls off. Like, you got to make sure you're holding on to that cloth, because that's the type of person that wants to come around, put you in a stuck position. So with that said, this could be someone from the past, okay? This is someone who's possibly caused a lot of pain, or, is wanting to do that, But with that said, again, you have to know what to do. You always have to be in charge of your life, okay? With the Ace of Wands, this is a person who has a lot of knowledge. The wand is knowledge. The wand is power. So the wand is about divine authority, creative spark. It's about fire, passion, drive, transformation. But with that fire, it comes balance, because you can't always be in the energy of passion. You gotta be in alignment. So with willpower, the power to act with purpose, you gotta always know the purpose of yourself, and you may not know the purpose of other people's intent, or you may not know the intent of others, but you always know your purpose when it comes to you governing yourself. So with the spiritual conductor, it says, think of a wand as a spiritual conductor. So you don't force, you direct, okay? So when it comes to your life, you're not forcing, you're directing. You got to show people how to treat you in your life. I don't care how low vibrational they are. No, don't come in my house with no shoes on. As junky as the house may be, baby. No, I'm just kidding. But don't, you can sit on the couch. Don't come in my room. You gotta know, you gotta have that voice. You gotta open your, why did I say like root chakra yesterday? I'm sorry. I meant throat chakra. So yeah, work on your throat chakra when you're speaking. Make sure that you're speaking with clarity. Make sure that you're speaking with volume. Make sure that whatever you're saying is purposeful. Make sure it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Make sure people can follow you, and that is direct, so that no one gets lost when it comes to how you feel or where you're at when it comes to how what's going on in your life. So with that said, a tool of transformation. It starts the fire of change, passion, and rebirth. So this is you always being able to never be the same. Like, you're always evolving. There are people who have been the same for years. I know someone, and I used to tell this person, like, you the same person since 2008. Like, you've never changed. You never changed. The only thing that's changed is the power you have. And the power you have, you don't even deserve, baby. It's like you got that power because of ego and because of the dirty things that you had to do in order to be where you are. And so where we at is like we're owning, or we're working for what we want. That's the only way to make it in this life, because even if you get ahead don't mean you have the answers. Even if you, like, your teacher can jump you to the 5th or the 6th grade, but if you don't know that 3rd grade or 4th grade work, you're gonna be lost in the 6th grade. You know what I'm saying? Someone has to play catch up, But with that said, it's like someone's moving real scantless. And how they're moving is a way for you to be able to redirect this person. Like, no, this is how we act over here in this energy. So this is a person who's wanting to come to you. All right. So with that said, respect is given. I've always noticed or heard, like, if you ever hear someone saying, like, you make me want to do better. Like, you always want to be that person to make others do better. You always want to be that person to make people feel inspired about their life, not bring people down. Bring people up, raise the vibrations of people. So if there are people who are in a very low state, like feeling betrayed, or feeling like, in that devil type of energy, what you do is be the light for those, okay? Because you can't control everything, but what you can do is control your environment. And even if things get out of hand, when you have your mind and you're able to regulate your emotions, not allowing your emotions to affect certain opportunities for you, or certain opportunities for you, or just your life in general, you'll be able to be more emotionally developed. I feel like a lot of people have issues with that, because some people have anger issues, some people have control issues, some people have pick me issues. This is where I feel like you gotta be okay in where you are. You gotta be on a balanced scale, and some people like that, but we're learning. Okay, so it's saying in power dynamics, it says if someone holds the wand, they are in the position of influence, not always louder, but more in alignment. So is your influence, is it making others feel, all messages are not going to soothe your soul. It can make you feel uncomfortable, especially with things I say. Like, I know when I say certain things, some people feel like, who does she think she's talking to? But if you're standing in your truth and you're being authentic, no one can really be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? With that said, like, always stand in your truth. Always stand 10 toes down for yourself. Never let no one shake you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be as stiff as a damn statue, okay, when it comes to people, because people will try to rock you, and you gonna have to learn how to stand as strong as a damn stone, or I don't know. But with my sperm donor, okay, my dad, he calls himself Standing Stone. So, with that said, that speaks volumes. If only we act like our name, we could be as strong as that. But, some people have to fake it until they make it. So with that said, maybe you might be a little weak-minded. You got issues with, allowing others to tell you what to do, or you have issues with wanting to hurt others for money, for gain, so that you could get something out of it or something like that. Maybe you tried to hurt someone for money. You tried to unalive somebody for money, your own loved one, your own child, or your own anybody. With that said, like, you gotta be as strong as a standing stone. Someone who is not moved or shaken by materialism. Because when you know yourself, you know that God is gonna automatically bless you with whatever you're needing. Okay, so you can never win trying to hurt others. Eventually, that will go back to you. So with that said, you are someone who's very influential. Maybe you have maybe you have a tarot channel. Maybe you speak, or you are a teacher. You help others. You could be. It could be as simple as working at the grocery store, being a cashier, and just being someone who smiles at someone. Like, that's influencing me. Like, I would tell you, like, a smile has really, like, brought me to a place of calmness. Just for someone to smile at me. Just for someone to be set up to say, "Ooh, I like your hair." Even though someone told them to say that, it still made me feel good. "Oh, I like your outfit. You look beautiful." These type of things, it influences energy of a higher vibration. Like, I don't know, it make you feel good. I mean, don't you feel good when someone tells you something kind or something like that? With that said, everybody wants to feel good. Everyone wants to feel uplifted. And so you have like an energy of like something that's very high vibrational, possibly. You make people want to do better. And so there could be people who do move off of a very low vibration, where all they know how to do is manipulate. All they know how to do is scam. And there is someone, I'm getting, just wants to touch the hem of your gown. They just want to touch it because they know that if they're around you, you could assist them in some sort of healing or something like that. So if that's you, if you bring positivity to someone, don't reject them. Bring them love, give them a hug, or whatever it is. They say, like, "Oh, everyone's not supposed to touch your hand," or everybody's that you can transfer energy. But if you are if you are a standing stone, if you are as hard as a rock, if you are as hard, like, if you are like as strong as a statue, then, and you got a mind that is very powerful, like you in this King of Swords energy, where where it will be difficult to transfer negative energy to you because of who you are, because of your mind, then I don't think it'd be bad to give a hug. You know what I'm saying? You just make sure that you cleanse yourself or whatever in the end. But remember, we are the crystal. You are the crystal. Become the crystal. Become the crystal that cleanses your energy. When it comes to your mind, how we transmute energy, whatever it is. What I'm seeing is someone being directed to come to you because they want to be around you or something like that. Someone wants to know you. And with that said, I mean, hey, come on, bring it on. All right, bring it on. So come on. Are you ready to be uplifted? Are you ready to be in a very uplifted space where you're ready to, like, remove yourself from toxicity? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you come over here. You know how they say, like, you keep coming over here, I'm going to change you. I'm going to make you, like, you know how. You keep coming, I don't know them jokes, but I heard someone say, like, I guess to a bisexual man or a gay man, you come over here, I'm gonna make you straighter. You hear stuff like that, where you hear, you come over here you keep coming over here, I'm gonna make you, like, once you go black, you never go back. You know, that's how white men start dating black women and stuff like that. When you come over here, you gonna be, your mind gonna be renewed now. This is the energy I'm getting. So yeah, continue to be positive. Continue to like stay uplifted in your energy, because the thing is, people be mad for nothing. Like, if we all knew how to like get along, I feel like the world would be a much more positive place. I don't feel like we don't even need spells to like make people, I don't know. The purpose of life is to grow. And I feel like there are opposers, people that are in opposition of your energy, who want to stop your growth and want to stop others. But maybe that person, maybe we need to get to the root of that person, the one who's at the top, who's doing all that negativity. Maybe they need to get in the energy of a person who's in the collective on the journey to becoming their best selves. And that way, once that person has a feel of where you're coming from, because honestly, what someone's mad about, it don't even make sense to be mad. It don't make sense to have all this anger or jealousy. If we all knew how to move in a very loving way, I feel like the world could be more positive, all right? We all could kumbaya together. Shoot, it would be nice. Because right now we're in a position where the world is evolving. Things are becoming better. And if you don't know how to jump on the bandwagon, baby, you're going to be left behind. It's time to evolve. It's time to be your best self. Have you ever been your best self before? Or have you always been negative? Have you always been the negative Nancy? Oh, look at her. Or look at him. He's thinking that he's all that. No one thinks they're all that. I mean, some do maybe, but at this point, someone just wants better for themselves. Is that okay? Like, can someone want better for themselves without someone else thinking, oh, you think you this, you think you that? Relax, y'all. Like, relax, y'all. Some people need to take a deep breath. With that said, be strong, like standing stone, like a standing stone. Like, don't pretend. Like, whatever you do in secret is always going to be watched. You know what I'm saying? I'm watched 24/7. But with you, you got spiritual team. You got your spiritual team and your ancestors, God watching over you. Even if you don't believe it, there's always someone watching. So whatever you've done in private, know that there's always someone watching you. And that's the hard part, because you may be thinking about things that you've done in secret that you think no one knows about. And this is the thing, like, if you're embarrassed of that, then why don't you do work to be able to do better? Start enhancing yourself to become your best self. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with what I'm teaching? I feel like everything that I'm saying is pretty much uplifting. It causes people to want to do better. Why are people fighting so much against that? It reminds me of Dr. Martin Luther King. Like, who wouldn't want to feel at their best? You know what I'm saying? Who wouldn't want to feel better? Who wouldn't want to heal? Like, aren't you tired of being negative? Like, isn't it time to like change the trajectory of your life? You've been doing something for so long and you've not really gotten the best results. Because you're still angry, you're still bitter, you're still unhappy, you still got issues. You know what I'm saying? It's still a lot going on. And it's time for you to look within yourself. It's time for you to see yourself for who you are. It's time for you to recognize that you may feel stuck, but you're really not. You're choosing to be stuck. You're choosing to be negative. You're choosing to do that evil spell work. It's time for you to turn. Like, I would even start doing spell work on myself, where I did love spells on myself. I would do so much love spell on myself, like love spells on myself where I get to love myself, love spells on my mind to where my mind is more evolved, love spells on my world, and my calmness of how I want to think, how I want to be. I always just wanted to be more in power of my mind, because there were people who are always playing with me. And I got tired of it. I'm like, I done effed up again. I done let this person take advantage of me. And I'm going to give you one good example. So when I was in high school, we had a teacher. Her name was Miss Schrottenthaler. I think that was her name. But it was a wood class that we had. And at the end of the school semester, I made one of these toolboxes. It was a toolbox that I made, and it was so nice. Like, I wish I still had it. This girl kept begging me. Now, mind you, this girl barely came to school. And she kept begging me, can I have it? Please, please, please. And I kept telling her no, but she kept asking. And so I was like, okay. And I let her have it. And to this day, confirmation, I hate that I let her have it. Because the thing is, I feel like some people do certain things to see what they can get out of you. So it's just like someone who is asking to give you a kiss. Now, you know that you're not wanting to give someone a kiss because you don't know this person. You're not you're either not attracted to this person, you don't know this person like that. Y'all maybe went on 2 or 3 dates and someone wants to kiss, someone wants to be intimate, whatever it is. Someone wants to see what they can get out of you. Confirmation. Someone wants to see what they can get out of you. They want to like play strings in your, they want to pull you or get something out of you. And it's like, it be the smallest things to make people feel like they got some sort of control over you, over your mind. Those itty bitty things that you say yes to, even a peck on a cheek, when you could have just said no, would test your boundaries, would test how you will, learn how to negotiate when it comes to your energy, when it comes to your access to yourself. You saying no completely will teach you how to navigate in life more. Just the smallest things. No, you cannot have a project that I've been working on all school semester. Like, literally have been working on this. I chiseled at it. I, did I screwed the little handle on, I colored it, painted it, we waxed it. I did a lot with that toolbox, and I really wish I had it to this day, because it's just, me saying yes to something like that, it just really makes me upset. It's just like, dang, like, when I got home, I thought about it like, oh, I can't believe, like, I felt worse. Like, it was like, dang, if I would have said yes, I would have been more happy. But I said no. I mean, if I would have said no, I would have been more happy. But I said yes. And these are the little things that people do to try to make you feel as if they got some sort of power over you. They start small. Very, very small. They'll even do things like, look at you, ugly. You stupid. And they'll laugh like, it'll be a joke, but honestly, those are little things that are hidden in the back of your head that it starts to grow. And then it starts to be like insecurities of yours. I don't care what this person says when it comes to the total opposite of what you know about yourself or what you're wanting to feel about yourself. You reject it and you let them know, listen, I don't like you saying that. Please don't say that to me, Whatever it is, stand in your power. Step into your power. Make sure you maintain control of your power. It's very important. Very important. With that said, let's get some last messages. And also learn how to be alone. Because there's someone who could be feeling a way about your absence, okay? With the 5 of Wands energy and the Hermit card, this is someone who's having issues when it comes to also like their home environment. Someone's wanting to be alone. Someone's caught with too many, like someone's done got involved with a lot of people. So it's like, have you ever seen that movie? What is that movie? Dang, I can't. I'm sorry, I cannot remember this movie. It's an old movie, but it's about this guy who has is like with a lot of women. Like he's got a lot of women, on his roster, dealing with a bunch of women. All these women that he's dealing with are fighting over him. So he done built relationships with a bunch of women. And everyone wants this woman. I mean, everyone wants this man. And the man, like, acting real funny, you know what I'm saying, towards these women. And it's just like, you done promised me the world. You done promised me all this stuff. And I'm sitting here waiting on you. So he got a time for each and every woman, child. He like a gigolo. But with the, he also is in a relationship or something like that. And the relationship is stressing him out along with all these other women. And like, he feeling a way about his marriage or something. Like, this man could be married or he could be in some sort of committed relationship. But he despises who he's with. And he just all over the place. You know, he's also arguing with other men. It's just a mess. You know what I'm saying? Like, who wants to, like, that type of thing? Like, there needs to be boundaries and control where men don't have no type of boundaries when it comes to their energy. You know, when they're laying down with everybody, promising this woman this woman that, and really ain't putting no effort into nobody because they barely can control their own time and their own situation, their own issues, and they're involving everyone else in their mess. And it's just messy. You know, it's like, we got to do better. We got to do better because this is ridiculous. Someone's knowing that they got to put something to an end. It don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Someone got a secret life where they're dealing with a bunch of people. It's just, it don't make no sense, child. But anyway, with that said, you know, someone's feeling deplorable at this time. You know, 5 of coins, the tower card. Someone's feeling like they just need a reset. Someone needing to start over. Someone's not wanting to deal with nobody. You know, it's too much drama going on, child. It's like, people look at you in your little peaceful place, your little peaceful space, or your peace, and they like envious about that, but they got all these people around them. And you may not have nobody. You may be chilling. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that some people, I don't know, they don't know how to pull back their energy. Like, some people have to be around people. Someone's feeling rejected too. It's a lot going on. So these are people who are needing to pick me up. They're needing to ground their energy. Someone's feeling out of alignment with themselves. Their relationship is based off of intimacy and what someone can give them. It's just, you know, some people are having difficulties when it comes to their life and what they subjected to. But you know, again, like, you don't have to subject to shit. You know what I'm saying? If you own your power, if you stepped into your power, you will be able to control what happens in your life when it comes to you got to run your life like it's a business too, in some way. You know, not too much, because you don't want to be too like businessy where, you know, people. I had a friend like that. Like, she was like one of them friends she was very professional, and everything she talked about, you know, it was always about her job, or she started treating you like you own a job. And I'm like, listen, girl, look, you have to be real with me, because I'm not your coworker. Like, I'm your friend, you know? So even like, let's just say you're like, let's just say I'm a person who gives advice and things of that nature. I have to turn that off when I'm dealing with regular friends, you know, because again, your friends, they don't want to listen. So I have someone who contacted me about some guy, and was, you know, I wanted to tell them, you know, give them the rundown, but everybody ain't ready for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to meet people where they are. You got to be, you know, it's levels, you know, it's levels. Everybody gets what they get because of who they are. Everyone experiences you in a different light. Just like in the movie, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? You know, like Frankie Lyman. You know, Frankie Lyman, he was a man that like all the women loved, you know. He was a little small man who could sing your panties out, child. And all, he had these 3 women who were going crazy, and everyone experienced him in a different way because he met each and every woman on their level. He had a woman that was a thief, Vivica Fox. She was the thief, that he was with, and he met her at her level. Then he Halle Berry, he met her at her level. Yeah, so he had to meet Halle Berry at her level, because she was like the very uppity, she represents like the Queen of Pentacles type of energy. Vivica Fox represented like Queen of Wands type of energy, where she was just, Vivica Fox was very sexy and very down to earth. Halle Berry was very, type of like she was the showcase. She was like the spotlight. She was the singer. She was jazzy. She was like the rich girl, or like one of them little uppity type of chicks in the movie. And then Leela Rokan, she was the woman who was very southern. Very I don't do that. I don't. She. So he was learning how to plant flowers in her garden and stuff like that. Like everyone that he was with, they all had a different experience with him, and this is how people may see you. You know what I'm saying? So this is how you meet people at their levels. This is why all the women love them some Frankie Lyman in the movie Why Do Fools Fall in Love. No one, even though Frankie Lyman may have had issues, what I'm seeing here is like people really like, the women really like took on to him because of something that he had. Everybody don't have that thing. Like it's a spark or like some sort of light that Frankie Lyman had. Even though he was struggling with his addictions or whatever, he still had like some sort of like, I don't know. It's a presence that you possibly bring to people that people are in love with. And this is what they like about you, period. Okay? So anyway, with that said, use your light in a way that will uplift others, cause others to want to change their wicked ways and free themselves, surrender themselves, resist, and move in a way that God wants them to move, okay? This is the only way. You gotta allow, you gotta be an allowance. You cannot force your way on people. You know how some Christians do. They will force their way on people and make them run. At this point, you gotta learn how to do it. Like some people don't know how to do it. Like you got to know how to do it. With that said, yeah, that's what I got. You gotta know how to do it, and some people don't. So, let's get some last messages, child. So yeah, when this person comes, don't even like get an attitude. Just be like, hey, what's up? Be kind, okay? So we have breathe. No, we got okay, so we got a leg up, we got breathe, we got yang, and we have fork in the road, and then on the back we have the why, your intent. So God is saying you got a leg up in this anyway. As long as you take a deep breath and you're in the present moment, baby, and you stay grounded, you will be good. You got to know what lane you're in. Stay in your lane. Always stay in your lane, okay? Because there are always going to be forks in the road. There are always going to be people that are going to come to you trying to throw you something. Try to even throw you off, making you go down the wrong road. But you're going to have to learn how to navigate in your life, okay? You're going to have to learn how to redirect your life. When it comes to others trying to redirect your purpose, always stay in alignment with that. Never let no one throw you off. Be in control, okay? So we got milk and honey. That's where your milk and honey is. Your milk and honey is you making the proper decisions for your life and always being in control of self. Knowing when to say no, when to say yes, and when to go with the flow of life, okay? This is the truth. All right? This is where your justice comes in. So we got chaos. It's always going to be some negativity, baby, but you can get through it. You know, you're gonna get through it because someone's going through a cycle of negativity, but you have to be in the present moment at all times. All right, it's hard for people. It's real hard for people. With that said, God is saying that you got treasure coming, cleaned up, and flexible. Be flexible in this life of chaos, child, because you know everybody is not where you are. And it's not to make it seem as if you're better or anything like that, but there are people who've not done their work. There are people who've not been working on themselves. There are people who are not where they should be, and they have to do work in order to be in alignment with themselves. There are people who are out of alignment with themselves and with others. So that's the struggle. Oh my God, I done forgot about the dang on dream, child. So let's find out about the pots. What was those pots about? And then we gonna get out of here. So you met someone and now you know how it feels. Goody goody. Let's see. What is this dream about, ancestors? Why do we get the dream? Let's see. All right, so we got the 7 of Wands, baby. The 7 of Wands with the, oh, it's the cards. Okay, so we got the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Wands, the Temperance, and the 9 of Cups with the 9. Someone's not satisfied in their life at this point. Someone's going through it mentally. They're imbalanced. They got issues when it comes to, you know, they're not in harmony with themselves. And this is a person who's very defensive when it comes to what's going on in their life. They're feeling empty. You know, this is a person who feels they don't really know their worth, okay? And they're struggling. This is someone who's trying to balance their life and toxicity with the 9 of Swords. They're feeling low, very, very low at this point. 5 of Pentacles, they're going through huge tower moments. Someone could be going through karma too. And they're trying to like balance their life. This could be a professor, a teacher. This tried to come out in the upright, whatever way it came out. Like if it came out in the upright, then it's like someone who's wanting to reach out to you. If it came out in the reversal, it's like someone's not really, don't really have nothing to give. You know, someone's feeling emotional at this time. They could be watching you, and you know they feeling unfulfilled right now. Okay, so what does this have to do with the pots or you know cooking? What does that have to do? So I got the 4 of Swords with the Death card. What does that have to do with cooking? So it's like someone's relationships may not be where they want it to be. Someone's all over the place in their energy. They all over the place, you know. So 5 of Cups is someone who could be, I just heard someone's being yelled at by people. Someone's being cast out by people. Someone's feeling ashamed of themselves. They just recognizing some things, and their relationships are all out of alignment. There's a huge shift that has happened in their life, and you know they could be at a point in their life where they don't know what to do, and it's because of who they got around. Someone who's very, very jealous as well. It's like someone who, like the people that they got around are not fulfilling. I can't believe how these cards are coming up in a reversal. So with the 10 of Swords is someone who's like feeling betrayed by people. Like they feel unfulfilled. They just all over the place. Someone's feeling real sad. So when it comes to the food or the pot, okay, so let's see. What does it mean by the food? So Page of Swords with the Sun card in reverse. When it's talking about food, I mean cooking and stuff, like I feel like someone is like needing healing right now, okay? So when it comes to food, it's like someone's not nourished, or someone's feeling someone could be doing work, could be like working on themselves, but they feel like there's no their relationships are not intact. They're just out of alignment, okay? And so they could be trying to like nourish themselves when it comes to food. They could be trying to cook them something to feel better. And with the Eight of Swords, like someone still is driven about life. I feel like someone's trying to put in effort when it comes to themselves, but with the Ace of Cups, it's like no matter what they do, they're always feeling drained. So with that said, someone's trying to balance life the best way they know how. But, you know, I feel like there's someone who's like either being kicked out of something, feeling as if they're abandoned, about to be kicked out of something. They're getting clarity of what's happening behind the scenes, where someone can't let go of things that have happened, and they're still on this cycle of trying to like hold on to things. But with the people, I feel like someone's like said like they're not effing with someone no more. You know, so with the Fool card in reverse, it's like someone who's made a lot of reckless decisions. They're rebellious on their journey, and they don't know what to do when it comes to their life, their livelihood. You know, they got a lot of issues that they're going through, and it's because they're like rebellious to their spiritual journey. So this is a person who could be watching you, who's needing to like needing some truth. Like they could be thinking about you, but I feel like someone's reflecting on some things that you may have said. Someone doesn't like something that you said, and then others may be reflecting and they may be finding truth in what you say, but it's hard to hear or something like that, you know. So with that said, got the Strength card. Someone's trying to be strong in what they're going through, but it could cause a lot of insecurity for people. You know, I just feel like there are people who are out of alignment with self. Okay, so I had to look it up because I was just all over the place, child. So it's just saying that, you know, it's time for like, so someone could be going through a transformation, and the best transformation is recognizing where you are, learning where you are. This is someone who's experiencing themselves for real this time. Like they're knowing where they are. They don't like where they are. So it says turning raw ingredients, life experience into something nourishing, preparation for something important, spiritual, personal. So responsibility, especially when you're the one doing the cooking, you're energetically holding space. So steel pots represent strength and endurance. It also represents containment of energy. What's inside is being boiled down, transformed, or brought to powerful heat. So capacity. You're handling a lot at once. Steel pots don't burn easily. So this is about heavy emotional or spiritual labor. So in the midst of this, it's saying that processing other people's emotional or energetic burdens. So possibly functioning as a spiritual transmuter, someone who cooks or transforms stuck energy for others, especially if you're empathic or spiritually sensitive. So balancing two major energy streams. So could be two people, timelines, or inner outer realities that you're trying to make sense of. So it could mean black clarity, internal chaos, or spiritual stagnation. So yes, this is talking about these are energetic people. These are okay. So it said your instincts is on point. So you're tuning into energetic confusion of people who are either watching. Someone's trying to like. Someone's needing courage. Okay, so possibly projecting whatever they got going on. But with that said, people are basically looking at themselves is what I'm seeing here. These are people who are recognizing that they got to heal. All right. Overall, this is what they're doing. So there could be someone who's wanting to reach out to you. Someone who's needing to be around something more uplifting because of who they are around is causing a lot of difficulty. They can't see the forest from the trees, child. They feeling like they're in a very stagnant position, and even could be experiencing an energy where there could be like they could be dead internally. This is someone who's needing to do a lot of growing because they're unfulfilled in their life, and they could be feeling stuck. All the relationships that they have are not getting them nowhere. They're not in a place where they're actually happy. You know, it's someone who's needing your assistance to do better, okay? Or this could be just someone who's needing assistance. Maybe this is an old friend. This could be someone new. Whoever this is, they could be coerced by others to maybe come towards you. But the way they're doing it, I don't like it. You know, someone needs to learn how to be upfront. You know, I feel like, you know, someone hides behind some sort of manipulation or scheme, plot, plan. When someone can like come up front or be up front, you know. With that said, yeah, someone just don't know how to do it, you know. Someone don't know how to humble themselves as well. So someone's having difficulty with it being like them seeing you as someone, like someone never expected to see you as someone that could possibly give them a sense of assistance in their life, you know. People possibly have overlooked you and never like saw you as anything but a nobody maybe. And I just see like people are actually inspired by you and are needing either, I don't want to say need your energy, but they would appreciate it if you brought some sort of fulfillment in their life, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm getting. Then we're going to get a message from the Holy Bible, which some people hate, but I feel it helps. I get my messages from the Most High, so I get them out of here. Even though I'm not a Christian, it still helps me and guides me, and also assists the collective in some ways. So let's get a message from the Most High God, Mother and Father of Righteousness. Most High God, give me a message, please. What we need to know? What aligns with this message here? Please tell me. Thank you. So we got Joshua 11:5 and Joshua 13:3. Okay, so let's read it. So it says, and when all these kings were met together, they came and pitched together at the waters of Memron to fight against Israel. This verse is about opposition uniting to block progress. Multiple kings, aka forces or influences, come together to fight God's chosen people. A massive resistance to growth and victory. So Joshua 13:3 mentions the regions that were yet to be conquered, including territories of Philistines and others. This is about unfinished work, places still needing to be claimed, healed, or conquered. It reminds us that even after some battles are won, there is still more to grow through. So in short, with personal growth, it talks about opposition will rise when you're close to your breakthrough. Just like enemies came together to fight Israel in life, you'll face doubt, fear, toxic people, or bad habits teaming up to stop your progress. It's a test. Will you hold, or will you fold, or will you stand up and keep moving? You're not done yet. Growth is a journey. Even when you've overcome one battle, there's still territory in your life to claim. Better choices, healed wounds, new habits. God gives the grace to continue, but you must choose to rise and keep going. These scriptures say, yes, it's hard. Yes, yes, resistance is real. But if you keep going, you'll take the land, not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. You grow by fighting through the fear, facing what's still unfinished, and refusing to settle. All right. So yeah, that's what I got. But also remember that if you are coming on this journey to become your best self, then don't be mad at others for where they are. Just start doing the work so that you can never compare your life to others. Okay. Your journey is your journey. Okay. This is all about you. This is your life. So we have the nurturing of feeling caused by reaction, moon, and then we have energies to meet the challenge of your desires resulting from the honesty and strength of an Aries. So Spirit is wanting you to learn how to move through distractions. You got to nurture your feelings instead of suppressing them. And when those triggers come, that's when you recognize them, you write them down, and you throw that shit in the garbage or flush it down the toilet, burn it, and do your burning and releasing. So because these are energies that are hidden. And when we're talking about how people silently manipulate you, they'll say little things to you to try to like get you in a rhythm of believing certain things about yourself. This is what you have to start. You got to start speaking over yourself and start recognizing when people are trying to like bring you down in a silent way. It's a silent manipulation. I remember when someone used to do that to me, and I used to catch on. I start catching on, and I tell this person, like, you a manipulator. You silently manipulate. This is a person who will like say little things to your family and, have your family thinking a certain way about you when whatever they said is not true. Like people will bend a lie to make it seem as if it's real and it's not, and then it will be a routine to where someone will really start thinking like, oh, I remember when someone tried to do that at the time when I was going through postpartum depression. After I had my twin boys, I was having a difficult time, and it's common for women to have issues after you have a child, like you start being, it's just like something different after you have a child or whatever. And then someone will start saying, oh, you don't like being a mom, and it's just like people would start saying it, and it will get to other people in the family, and other people will look at you and they'll start saying it, and then it'll start being a habit, a routine, and they'll say it as a joke, and you start like, you, even though in your mind that that's not true, someone will make you feel a way, and you don't defend yourself because you let stuff slide. You cannot let stuff like that slide. You gotta catch it right then and there. Because if you don't, then it's like someone is trying to regulate how someone sees you, or, it's a silent manipulation that someone tries to do. And you got to be careful of what people are saying about you, because you ain't going to be able to control everything. But there are people out here who have an assignment for you, and you have to make sure that your assignment is matching theirs, because if they have an assignment for you, someone will turn your whole world upside down, and you never know where you're going. Okay, so it's time for you to take control of your life. So when it comes to Aries energy, it says energies to meet the challenge of your desires. So your desires require encouragement, movement. This is not about going after what you truly want, even if it's scary. This is about going after what you truly want, even if it's scary or uncertain. So resulting from the honesty and strength of Aries, growth and alignment comes when you're real with yourself and bold enough to act. So Aries doesn't overthink, it moves in truth, okay? So yeah, you could be embodying Aries energy, or this is the energy that you should be embodying, the energy of truth, the energy of strength. So it says, you're being spiritually challenged to act on your emotions with courage and clarity. So you have to, you got to see behind the veil, okay? Behind the illusion that people are, what is the true situation. You got to find out what that is, and don't get angry when you find out. You got to learn how to adjust in that type of energy. Some people be too reactive. It's like, okay, what's making you so reactive? What made you say that? What made you act? You got to figure that out for yourself, okay? So this is the moon card. It's like hidden emotions that someone may have, and sometimes it may peep out, and it's like, oops. Like, you got to recognize, okay, so where did that come from? You felt that somewhere. You gotta understand, like, okay, does that match how you want to look or how you want to respond? Or was that a trigger? Like, did someone trigger you? What is it? You got to find that out. So no more hiding, doubting, or waiting. The universe is saying, feel it fully, then go get it honestly, boldly, and unapologetically. You're being spiritually challenged to act on your emotions, all right? So yeah, with that said, I hope this message finds you well. I hope you're not triggered by the message. It's just to help, you know. I feel like some of us, we get too bothered by others. Like, come on now, y'all gotta relax. Like, come on. Like, I was telling my little cousins, like, listen, y'all gotta, like, you could tell, like, one of them has a, I don't even want to speak on it, but I was telling them, like, shake it off. Like, it's something that's being taught. It's an energy that's being taught. Because ain't no way certain people act in a way to where it's just like, okay, something's off. You know, we got to learn how to pull it together, and not just pull it together, keep it real and recognize those triggers that we have. And also, be real when it comes to what you're wanting. Like, be real with people. Like, just be real. I feel like some people, they don't know how to do that, but we're learning, all right? Anyway, with that said, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to you later. Peace. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment.